Hello everyone, it is I, Fable, your new best friend, your knight in shining armor. It is I don't know what I'm saying. So guys, I know last time I tried uploading this video, it messed up and it ended up giving you Nova Prime, and some of you were very mean in the comments. I cried for a year. It was horrible. Nah, not really. I mean, I know I messed up, but yeah, no, I deserve some of the flaming, but real talk though, I'm fixing it now. I couldn't upload it again because I had lost the original footage, so I had to re-record this. Please enjoy. Please be respectful. I am human. I am going to mess up, and I need you all to know that. I mean, I honestly don't care if you guys flame me in the comments. I don't. Mostly because I get it. I messed up, and I kind of had it coming. But yeah, just wanted to let you know. Let's enjoy the video. Vector Prime is one of my favorite characters.
For this week's episode, we are looking at the story behind another of the legendary 13 Primes, the Guardian of Time, Vector Prime.
Dude, I love his design so much.
Vector Prime was introduced in 2005's Transformers Cybertron. His toy transformed from an ancient robot with a body made of clockwork gears
It's
to a
so
space
cool.
cruiser, and came packaged with his Minicon partner, Safeguard,
I love
who
how
turned
he
into a
has a
spaceship
Minicon.
that doubled
I love how he has a Minicon partner.
as a blaster for Vector. Vector Prime was one of the first 13 Transformers, divinely powerful robots created at the dawn of time by the god of light, Primus, to help him battle the dark god, Unicron. The wise and noble Vector had the power to manipulate space and time, controlling its flow, time traveling at will, and even moving between dimensions, cutting portals in reality with his sword, Rizzling. After Unicron was defeated, Primus entered hibernation in the form of the planet Cybertron, and Vector Prime left this dimension, withdrawing outside of time to watch over the time stream and defend it against threats. He and his siblings were forgotten by modern-day Transformers, though one trace of him.
I mean, it made sense. He's literally an ancient transformer, and he specifically put himself into a realm outside of time and space, so sadly it made sense he'll be forgotten, but Jesus Christ, I love him, dude. He's amazing.
Did remain. His face became the inspiration for the Autobot insignia.
I didn't know that.
As the Cybertron cartoon began, Vector Prime at last returned to his homeworld, drawn there by the formation of a colossal black hole near the planet, caused by the Autobots' destruction of Unicron in the previous series.
Listen, I think it's annoying that even though they got rid of Unicron, his bitch ass is still, trying to cause trouble. I'll fight him. Guys, we need to beat up Unicron.
2004's Transformers Energon. Knowing that this deadly Unicron singularity was destined to consume all of time and space, Vector guided the Autobots in gathering the Cyber Planet Keys, fragments of Primus's power scattered across the galaxy, with which they could reawaken their creator to seal the black hole. In the course of their adventure searching for the keys, the friendships that Vector forged with the Autobots and their human allies gave his once solitary life new and greater meaning.
I love him.
I finally understand the true value of time, for it is the bonds between us that give time its meaning.
Aww.
Vector Prime's history as one of the original 13 Transformers wasn't explored in the cartoon. Instead, it was fleshed out by supplementary material, including a comic published by the Transformers Collectors Club, and by Ask Vector Prime, a feature on the official Transformers website in which Vector answered questions sent in by fans. Towards the end of the cartoon, the Autobots were stranded in another dimension. To return them home so they could save the universe, Vector Prime chose to sacrifice himself, pushing his powers beyond their limits to—
Seriously, I love Vector. He's such a good guy, and I love his knight design. Oh, why did you have to sacrifice yourself, my friend? Why?
reverse time and reopen the portal between dimensions.
God.
The strain of doing so claimed his life. But for Vector Prime, death wasn't really the end. His unique life spent traveling in space and time meant that while he might die in one time, He would always exist in other times and dimensions, past and future, watching over his friends from beyond time. And it was in this fashion that he intervened in Optimus Prime and Galvatron's final battle, reaching through the veil of time to give Optimus his sword. One of the last figures released in the Cybertron toy line was a recolor of Vector Prime's toy, representing one of these temporal echoes of the ancient bot.
I don't really like the colors, I'll be honest.
Over the next few years, Vector Prime made several appearances in different series, which included battling his insane brother Logos Prime in Beast Wars Reborn, aiding the time-lost human Xiao Xiao Li in Kiss Players, and sharing his knowledge in the pages of the Transformers animated Allspark Almanac guidebooks. Additionally, his toy was re-released with yet another new color scheme in the Transformers universe.
I'll be honest, I'm not a fan of this color scheme either.
In 2009.
I don't know, it's kind of silly looking.
During these years, it was Hasbro's position that Vector and all the original 13 Primes were special beings known as multiversal singularities.
That's stupid.
This meant that across all the different infinite Transformers universes, there was only one Vector Prime, and that all the versions of him seen in these different stories were actually the same being, traveling from dimension to dimension. However, at the time of Vector's introduction, the full details of the Prime story hadn't yet been developed, and over the next few years, as Hasbro continued to flesh out their definitive vision for the group as part of their new aligned continuity, they decided they didn't want to be constrained by the rules of past stories. As such, they chose to drop the singularity idea, introducing a new, separate incarnation of Vector Prime, whose story was told in the 2011 novel Exiles and the 2013 guidebook The Covenant of Primus. The aligned incarnation of Vector was the second of the 13 Primes to be created, a stoic and serious bot who believed Primus and his creations to be infallible. He wielded an artifact called the Blades of Time, which could open doorways into extra-dimensional realms where Vector performed his work protecting the integrity of time.
Look, I love the design. It's amazing. I can't. He's beautiful.
After the Primes defeated Unicron, their power-hungry brother, Liege Maximo, manipulated them into fighting amongst themselves. This crushed Vector's belief in his siblings' infallibility, and he exiled himself to a pocket dimension, leaving the Blades of Time behind him. The pieces of the blades came to be scattered across the universe, but millions of years later, they were found and reassembled by Optimus Prime, enabling the Autobot leader to open the doorway to Vector's dimension and consult the ancient bot for advice.
Oh man.
Vector also briefly returned to television in 2015's Robots in Disguise, when he and the other Primes gathered to lend their power to Optimus for an impending battle with their fallen brother, Megatronus. It was also in 2015 that the Collectors Club relaunched Ask Vector Prime as a Facebook page.
Why is
the page was hosted by the
page?
Singularity version of Vector from earlier stories, whose many lives lived across the multiverse allowed him to answer all sorts of questions about Transformers continuity and lore from fans. He also shared details of his own history, like the various forms he'd taken in different worlds, including one based on the transforming Watch Robo toy created by Takara in the 1980s, and an ill-fated romance with the Autobot Scorpia.
Oh my god.
However, following on from Hasbro's decision to drop the singularity idea for the aligned continuity, towards the end of the year, the club chose to eliminate the concept entirely, via a comic in which Nexus Prime used the power of the Star Saber to split all singularities into infinite different separate incarnations, one for every universe in the multiverse. As a consequence, the Facebook page changed to being hosted by one of these new versions of Vector, a retired professor of multiversal studies from a world of highly evolved Transformers. The feature concluded with Vector Prime's voice actor from Cybertron, Richard Newman, returning to narrate a farewell video in which Vector was sent on a research
I think that's kind of cool though, that the way they ended the Facebook Ask Vector Prime thing is by having the voice actor actually do a farewell video. It's, I don't know, it's a nice little send off in my opinion. I kind of like when people do that. It's like a thank you for all your hard work, and please, yeah, I want to cry. It's so beautiful.
Mission to the
I'm not
planet
kidding. I feel like
Nebulos.
crying. Why?
A
I don't
happy
even know.
ending that allowed the old bot to renew his relationships with his universe's versions of Safeguard and Scorpia.
Aww.
With the abandonment of the singularity concept, new series have been free to reimagine the primes as they see fit. Some of the most notable reinventions have been in IDW Publishing's comic books, in which Vector and his siblings weren't divine beings, but simply tribal leaders on prehistoric Cybertron, and in 2018's Power of the Primes toy line, in which their sparks were contained within tiny robots known as Prime Masters. The Prime Masters could grant the powers of the Primes to other Transformers,
I don't know
represented
about that
by
one,
the
but
toys converting into Spark mode and plugging into the larger figures in the series. To shield their power from detection, the Prime Masters concealed themselves within suits of armor. The Vector Prime Master suit was based on the Autobot Pretender Metalhawk and could transform into a gun for larger toys to wield. This was Vector Prime's most recent appearance. And as to where he'll appear next, or if he'll ever get another toy, well, as is always the case with this ancient bot, finding out is only a matter of time.
I would love one of his toys, but at the
And
same
those are the-
time, I'm pretty sure they're super freaking expensive. Alright guys, thank you all for coming. Hope you all enjoyed. I'm going to be making some more recordings. Going to be going down the list of stuff you guys want me to watch. And they'll probably be posted this coming week, hopefully. Well, this week, hopefully, maybe, question mark. Anyway, love you. I'll see y'all later. Bye. Remember, I'm doing a donathon. If you guys want to support me in any way, shape, or form, my Ko-Fi is up in the description and is right there and up in the description. You don't have to, but anything helps, especially with how bad life is. Things are kind of tight right now. But anyway, I love you. Keep talking to me. I love talking to you guys about Transformers. It's actually a lot of fun. Anyway, love you. Bye.